Welcome to New Day Cleveland. I'm David Moss, and today we're spending the hour celebrating America's favorite breakfast treat, donuts. And whether you're a fan of cake donuts or yeast donuts, we'll visit shops all over Northeast Ohio, giving their unique spin on the tasty pastry. And speaking of unique, the first stop of our Delectable Donut Show is in Gordon Square, where they are adding a very special ingredient.
Brew Nuts is our own authentic spin on a craft beer-based donut. We combined all our guilty pleasures into one thing. All of our donuts are scratch made and we infuse them with local craft beers. You think back generations, your grandma always had a beer bread recipe, or somebody in the family had something where you dip a little bit of the booze in there and it makes for a better recipe, right? And with us, it's basically that we can cut down on some of the yeast, some of the natural sugars in the recipe, and let the beer really shine. And that component, it adds an interesting component to the flavor profile too, because what we're doing is we're actually kind of manipulating that core donut recipe and allowing some other things to become prevalent that you may not have tasted before. So what we do is we use the beer as a jumping off point for the recipe, but we still do staple classic donuts as well. We do anywhere between 9 and 12 different flavors a day in the shop. And we have a few classic recipes that are going to be on the menu every single day. We do a maple bacon bourbon ale donut, that's our most popular. We do sort of our classic vanilla, and it's made with Great Lakes Dortmunder, so it's a really rich vanilla, buttery flavored icing. But we really try to stick to a seasonal menu where things are changing pretty frequently. We're using what's ever in season, but also what are the local brewers producing that is giving us inspiration that we want to bake with. Every morning on the weekdays, with the exception of Mondays, we're closed. We open at 6:30 in the morning. And typically we'll stay open until we sell out, which is around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then what we do on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is we reopen for what we call encore hours. And those are really happy hours where you can come back at 4 o'clock and we replenish the donut supply at that time. You'll see people running in and out of the kitchen, bringing fresh trays of donuts, and we really do produce all day long. We knew we wanted to be a donut bar, so we do offer 16 local craft beers on draft here. We have a full bottle and can program in our cooler, and we really stick primarily to 99% of breweries that are in our backyard. So, you know, we kind of toot our horn and say we're Cleveland's only donut bar. Donuts and coffee go together just as well as beer and donuts, in our opinion. And so we have a full espresso service. You can come in and get drip coffee if you want to. You can come in and get a mocha or a latte or a cappuccino. Since we are a bar, we have the option to make it adult and make it boozy. So we carry different things like Bailey's, so you can spike that coffee if you need an extra nip in there. The thing that was most important to us, we didn't want it to look like you could be in any other place but Brew Nuts. We wanted it to feel really authentic, really unique, and also we consistently need to kind of surprise and delight people. This needs to be a place that you come to where your expectations are not only met, but that they're exceeded. Just being able to really over-deliver on an experience was something that was really important to us.
Brew Nuts is located at the corner of Detroit Avenue and West 65th Street, and they're closed on Mondays. Okay, freshly made gourmet donuts topped with bacon, cookie dough, fruity pebbles, and more. We're headed to Circles on the Square in Medina.
Circles on the Square is a gourmet donut shop. We specialize in fresh, handcrafted donuts. You will never find a donut here that is frozen or that has been sitting all day. The longest donut that we will have maybe sitting could be quite maybe an hour. But other than that, they are very fresh and most times even warm. Our #1 seller is our Buckeye donut, which is a fresh cake donut dipped in chocolate, covered in Reese's peanut butter chips, and then covered again with more peanut butter. And it is our #1 selling donut. Some really good selling donuts we have currently: our pumpkin pie donut, our pumpkin cheesecake donut, our apple pie donut. We're always changing our donuts on our menu, adding donuts, taking donuts off. We do have our core, but we are trying to keep it always fresh and new.
We make some dough up in the back. We pour it into our hopper, and then the machine pretty much does its thing. The plunger pushes out the dough and it goes down what I call the donut lazy river. And when it's done, flips onto the other side and keeps frying. And at the end, it comes out all golden brown, tasty, warm, and delicious. So after our donuts come off the machine, we let them cool a little bit. They're very, very, very hot. You couldn't serve them that way. After they've cooled and we get an order in, then we can top them with glazes, sprinkles, cereal, M&Ms, bacon, French toast, cookie dough, chocolate chips, and apple pie even.
After we decorate our donuts, we put them in the box for our customers, hot and fresh.
It's really everything for every palate. Whether you are looking for something fruity, something chocolatey, something light, or something gooey, we really have it all covered. Our ideas really come from evenings. Me and Melissa, my wife, will sit down and we will talk and discuss and research flavor combinations, and then we'll try them out. We'll come in and we'll try them, and when we find something we like, we go with it. We've even, for our employees, we've even run contests. For the holidays, we did who could come up with the best donut. The winner, they got a reward, and then we went live with the donut, and the donut was nicknamed after her. That donut was called Lauren's Pumpkin Patch. It had vanilla glaze, green sprinkles, and a pumpkin candy right in the middle. And so it truly looked like a pumpkin patch. We are located on the historic Medina Square. We open during the week at 7 a.m. And the hours differ on the days. Normally we close between 2 or 4 p.m. during the week. On the weekends, we are open from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Circles on the Square is located in downtown Medina, and they're closed on Mondays. Coming up, a family-owned and operated donut shop that's been going strong for over 80 years. Welcome back to our Delectable Donut Show. They've been family-owned and operated for over 80 years, and every batch is made from scratch. Check out Jack Frost Donuts.
Well, Jack Frost has been around since 1937. We actually had a remodel about a year ago, and every single batch is made from scratch. So for people who don't know Jack Frost, when they come in and try it for the first time, they're always going to want to come back. Our decorators, our fryers come in about 8 p.m. the night before. Everything gets made overnight, and then they're fresh when people come in at 6 o'clock in the morning. Mornings are totally crazy. It always varies. You know, we actually vary how much we make based on what last year's sales were that day, what the weather's going to be like, what crazy thing is going on in Cleveland. But we sell several thousand each day. We have 200 different varieties of donuts, and we're always changing them based on different holidays or special occasions. Also special things that are going on in the community. So for Tribe, for the Cavs, we do different specialty donuts for those as well. But we also, some of our big favorites are maple bacon, Boston cream, German chocolate. And again, we're always changing them up, but we don't want to get rid of the ones that people really love. We have this brand new coffee station here as well. So we have a bunch of different varieties of coffee, and that's become a favorite for people. When people come through the doors, we always want to ask them what appeals to them first. So if they're big on Reese's, if they like, blueberry cereal, whatever they want first. And then we like to make a bunch of recommendations too. And of course, things like maple bacon and German chocolate are always huge favorites for people. So, those are things that we'll suggest to them as well. But you really can't go wrong with any of our donuts. The icing is so big, and we have different specialty ones. They've got cereal and candy on them. So especially for kids, they're always, pressing their nose up against the glass. People get really excited about them. And we still hear stories from people when they come through the doors about, I've lived in the neighborhood, I come here for years, or I drive all the way across Cleveland to get here. So it's really exciting to hear the way that people react to our donuts. I absolutely love Boston cream, but of course, glaze is always a huge favorite, and so I love to take glaze home every time that I come in as well. The staff is amazing here, and that's the other thing too, is that you're not just getting great donuts, but you're getting a great experience when you come in as well. Everyone kind of becomes like family, and the customers are like our family as well.
Jack Frost Donuts is located on Pearl Road near Old Brooklyn, and they're open Monday through Saturday at 6 a.m., Sundays at 7 a.m. Now it's time to jump in the car and head down 77 South to Stark County, and that's where you'll find Marion Donuts.
In 1947, my grandparents started Marion Donuts down on McKinley Avenue in Canton, Ohio. It was, your mom and pop shop, and made donuts every day. Over the last 70 years, we've expanded to our 5 retail locations, and we produce donuts for multiple convenience stores and independent stores across Northeast Ohio.
We ship 70-mile radius all the way up to the lake. We go as far down as Coshocton and Uricksville, and most of our business in those areas is convenience stores. Our footprint locally in Stark County is franchises and the retail locations.
Our 5 locations are around Stark County. We have a North Canton location up on North Main Street. We have a Canton South location, which is on Cleveland Avenue South. Our West Husk location in Perry Township, our Hills and Dales location, and a location out on Route 62.
Right now we're producing apple fritters. We started with cream sticks. The most popular donuts we have are chocolate cream sticks, maple cream sticks, glazed donuts, and apple fritters. So those 4 donuts have been the top 4 my whole life. Sometimes the fritter will be number 2 or the glazed donut will be number 1, but it's always those 4. This time of year, we're about 25,000 a day. If you catch us in spring or fall, our counts go up between 30 and 35,000 a day. Every single day. Being third generation, some of the biggest differences is a lot of this equipment you see, especially that one there, the fritters, used to be all done by hand. So it was a lot harder to produce the mass quantity, but as we grew, we had a need to buy the new equipment to make the volumes, the 30,000 a day.
Do you want to pick them or you want me to?
We offer fresh donuts every day. We produce all of the donuts fresh at our production facility, and they're delivered every night at our locations. Along with having our staple donuts, we do offer seasonal donuts like heart donuts for Valentine's Day, pumpkin for the fall, and we've just expanded into a celebration line, so any custom message that you would want, we can do for you. We have to be at work for people going to work. Because, their coffee, their donuts, that's what they want on their way. So of course, morning is our busiest time. Our locations open between 4 and 5 a.m. We partner with a local coffee roaster out of Rexville, Ohio, who makes an exclusive line for Marion Donuts, which what goes better with donuts than coffee. But we also include our own line plus gourmet coffees, flavored coffees, espressos, mochas, iced coffees. We have regulars at every location. They are a wonderful part of the business. I mean, they both know our personal and work life. They're a great support, and we're happy to always have them.
I started coming in here probably back when they first opened up the doors, and they were making the donuts back here in the back. And I met a variety of different people in here and became friends with them, and this is kind of an everyday affair.
I feel like donuts have always been a part of my life. We as a family have all worked through high school, college. It's just part of who we are, and our passion for it's strong. We like to, the tradition. We're very proud of coming from, a family business, and we're proud to keep it going.
If you're craving Marion Donuts, you'll be able to find your favorites in over 200 locations across Northeast and Central Ohio. Still to come, a delicious twist on apple fritters. Welcome back to our Delectable Donut Show. Up next is a vegan-owned and operated bakery in Larchmere that's bringing delicious treats to the masses.
Boysenberry, everything we do is vegan, no dairy, eggs, or anything else that comes from an animal. So that's the main difference from a regular bakery, but we pride ourselves on the fact that people don't know that it's different. We don't have vegan in the name of the bakery for a reason. We hope to get people in, get them to try something, and then tell them it's vegan. And a lot of non-vegan customers are surprised that what we sell is vegan. People are really excited. When vegans come in here and realize that everything's vegan, they get excited. We've had parents bring in children with dairy allergies, and they're excited for their children because now, they get to experience that feeling of walking into a bakery and being able to eat anything. So we've seen a lot of excitement from customers. I had a customer in here. He asked, "Is everything here vegan?" I said, "Yes." And he's like, "Oh man, I'll get something for my wife." So he's very hesitant. So I told him, "Look, try something. I'm sure you'll like it. If you don't like it, I'll refund your money." So he bought a cinnamon roll. Next day he came back and he's looking at me. He's like, "All right, you got me. It was good." And he's been in here several times since, and he buys a decent amount. And so it's, again, we pride ourselves on catching the non-vegan crowd and proving to them that vegan food can be delicious. Jen has a lot of practice, and she's been doing this for a while. She knows what works. I can't even really remember any duds in the experimenting process. It's, if you do your research and are willing to try, then it'll work out. She does things, that we like, and she just tries to come up with new, creative, fun flavors and tries to make it a fun experience. Even down to the names of our baked goods. We try to have fun with the names. We have a cupcake called Jazz Hands because it's a lemon cake with a raspberry filling and a lemon raspberry frosting. They're Jazz Hands. Ooh. One of our biggest sellers since we've opened is our apple critters. We call it critters. The idea is apple fritter, so it's fried dough with chunks of apple and a glaze on it. So that's gone, we do those almost every day, and we pretty much sell out every day of those. We started Donut Wednesdays. We do the yeast raised fried donuts, and that has been going well. And then overall, just our oatmeal chocolate chip cookies that we call it Chips versus Oats, and that's I'm a little biased, but that's my favorite cookie of all time, and that sells really well. So Jen just rotates the menu on a regular basis. There are certain items we have every day: our muffins, our breakfast breads, and the cookies. Maybe the apple critters. But as far as a lot of the other things, cupcakes and our Woo Girls whoopie pies, we just try to rotate them, and so people who come in here regularly can try something different every time. When we opened the bakery, we knew we wanted to have good coffee too. We want to make it a bakery and cafe. So we wanted to work with local roasters and feature their products because they roast good beans. So we work with a 6-shooter and then also Solstice. And the idea is to carry with your baked good, you can get a really good cup of coffee too. The vegan community has been very supportive. It's been great. I thank everyone that shared about Poisonberry, whether I know them or not. So next for Poisonberry, we're going to start an all-day Saturday breakfast, all vegan, focus on comfort foods, waffles, pancakes, tofu scramble, biscuits and gravy, all vegan of course, and then we'll go from there.
Poisonberry Bakery is located on Larchmere Boulevard in Cleveland, and they're open 7 days a week. What's better than one donut? A bunch of little donuts. I'm talking about peace, love, and little donuts.
We opened Peace, Love, and Little Donuts of Canal Fulton June of 2013. It's been amazing. This community is so welcoming and inclusive. It's just, it's been really fun, and the people love the small family-oriented feel of the business. All of our staff is local, and so people support us in many different ways. It's pretty simple. You make one base item, and we make them from scratch every morning and then throughout the day as needed.
These donuts they're an old-fashioned cake donut that are just the tastiest little cake donut all by themselves. But then the ladies over here make them groovy, far out, and funkadelic.
These are white chocolate curls. And they go on a donut like the orange creamsicle. And they go on the white chocolate raspberry.
So some of our different toppings, we have icings like maple, chocolate, vanilla. Sarah is currently making a maple bacon donut, which is one of our top sellers. We have a lot of different toppings, M&Ms, Oreo cookies. We use a streusel for all of our cake or pie donuts. Rice Krispie treats, Fruity Pebbles on blueberry, lemon, banana, raspberry, whatever you'd like. This is a birthday cake, chocolate chip cookie dough. This is a chocolate chip pancake, Boston cream pie. When we create a new flavor here at the store, it's really a lot of fun because it's kind of a team effort, and we take the ingredients that we already have and we play around and mix them up and create new flavors that we haven't had in the past.
A mocha curl and a white chocolate raspberry.
We try to make sure that we have enough blank donuts, either currently making or ready on the shelf, to make you whatever kind of donut that you want. So when you come in, you can go through the menu and you can pick something that's not out, and we can make it for you right then. We want them to know that it's so much fun for any kind of a special event. For catering, we do a lot of weddings and graduation parties, bat mitzvahs, all kinds of different things, because you can always make your guests happy with our donuts.
Hey guys, here's a 5 dozen order for pickup at 3 o'clock. Can you guys box that up for us, please?
We really find that our business can be very convenient for you because we take orders into, like 8, 9 o'clock at night the night before, and we can have them ready for you at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning so that you can just swing through the drive-thru and pick them up and be on your way. I really love about Canal Fulton that the businesses really want to integrate and work together. It's just a very welcoming community because we're not from here, we're from Oregon. And they took us in as if we were, here all our lives. So that's a pretty neat way to have a community.
We visited the Pete's Love and Little Donuts in Canal Fulton, and they're open daily at 7 a.m. Coming up, we've been spending the hour here at Becker's Donuts. Well, now it's finally time to dive into the sweet treats.
3 of those.
Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. It's our Delectable Donut Show, and we're finally behind the scene here at Becker's, and this is Tom. How long have you been doing this, Tom?
Ever since I could walk.
Ever since you were a little fella, because this family's been doing this how many years?
They started in 1946.
1946, so you know they're good donuts.
Yes.
And so this is the part you're rolling it out. So what kind of donuts are these?
These are glazed donuts.
Glazed donuts. What do you do with these little hole things?
Well, you take them out and recycle them back.
Oh, that's good. So these are the ones that are going to go to the fryer. So how many donuts do you make like this in the morning?
We usually do, altogether, we do a couple 100 dozen in the morning. And a portion of this is a large.
100 dozen, that's amazing.
So this is a big seller, so
yeah,
we make quite a few.
Okay, so we got these out here now. So do we take these straight and put them in the fryer?
No, they have to proof for about 25 minutes. And then we put them in.
25 minutes, they sit in the proofer, you pull them out to the fryer.
Absolutely.
So what does that mean, proof?
The yeast will cause it to rise up.
Because they look a lot fluffier than they looked a minute ago.
Yeah, just a little bit. And if it doesn't, it'll be a lot more tough.
So how soon do you have to flip those babies?
I don't know. I usually don't time it, but probably about maybe 10, 15 seconds.
So you know by looking?
Yeah, at this point, yes.
What's going on here now? Is this a different kind of donut?
These are cake donuts.
So how does that work?
It's a batter, and this does not have to proof. You can just crank these right out into the grease, and I'll kind of show you what that looks like.
How hot is that grease?
This is 375.
Oh, I like this game. It's like an organ grinder.
Yeah.
And these look like they cook faster.
Oh yeah.
And the sour cream donuts that somebody told me you're most famous for, like if you like those, you got to have them here. They're cake donuts also.
They are cake donuts, yes.
Well, you're up to your elbows in glaze here, huh?
Yes.
This is like a donut lover's dream. So this is how it happens.
Yep.
So you got some great European pastries out there, cream puffs, cream sticks, This would be a good stop like for somebody having like a wedding or maybe a baby shower or something like that.
Yeah, we get a fair call for different pastries because we do wedding cakes and people will get the pastries to go along with that. So
it's also fun too, when you come here, you not only see Tom, but you see pictures of his dad, his grandpa, all the family and all the folks, and what a great crew here at Becker's.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I had a great time. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you,
I love your donuts.
All right.
And now I know what happens to the holes too. How about that? Hey, how about some coffee? Check it out.
Fiona's is a local coffee shop here in Willoughby. We wanted to bring local into Willoughby, so bringing things from downtown Cleveland, West Side, Lakewood into Willoughby. So that's why we have Rising Star Coffee, we have Cleveland Bagel Company, we have Mitchell's Ice Cream, which is so good. We have Great Harvest Bread Company. Those are the big companies, you know, and then we also have local, you know, people from Mayfield that started their own businesses, you know, chocolates and the coconut water, and so that's what we wanted, something different, something that downtown Willoughby doesn't have. We want them to be welcome, just like their family. So anytime someone comes in, whether it be myself or one of our workers, you know, just greet everybody, you know, with a smile, say hello. Just, I want you to feel like you're my friend. But you know what, it's a point of, you know, we want people to feel welcome, and just, I miss those regulars, you know, that if they're not here, I'm like, where have you been? You know, a lot of people come in, work on their computers. We have moms that come in with their kids for the ice cream or mini donuts. We make in-house mini donuts.
We have the sprinkles, the multi-sprinkles. We have a chocolate sprinkle. We have the special that's everyone's favorite is the Oreo.
They're donut holes, but actually little donuts. And you can, you know, get them in like little 6-packs or a little baker's dozen, pop them in your mouth. They're delicious, and a lot of people, it just really depends. People are very excited that we have Rising Star Coffee, and it's on the east side, and they don't have to drive. I think Little Italy might be the closest from here. So when they see that, they get excited. Everybody's different. You know, some people it's like, oh, Mitchell's ice cream. Other people, Cleveland Bagels, I don't have to drive out to the west side. So that's what's nice. If you're not a coffee drinker, we also have Inca Tea, which is a local tea company that also started here in Cleveland. We have a local lady that makes vegan cheesecakes we offer to people. We also have vegan ice cream, and we're branching out kale chips and, you know, things like that also. The building itself is absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's a perfect location to be on the corner like this, the brick building, the old windows, out front, the awning. It's beautiful. It's a great location. Definitely we have the product, but besides the product, coming in, feeling welcome, you know, I love to meet new people, talk to new people, get to know you, and I promise that once you come here, you'll want to come back.
Fiona's Coffee Bar and Bakery is located in downtown Willoughby, and they're open 7 days a week. Okay, let's face facts. We can't have a donut show without Natalie, right? Well, she joins us after the break.
And we have one more to go.
2 more.
All right.
We are here at a must-stop in Twinsburg. I'm talking about George's Donuts. Here's George. Say hi, everybody, George. Donuts, I think, are my favorite breakfast. I can't go without a donut in the morning if I have a choice of having one. I'm guessing you love them too?
Well, I try not to eat them, but yes, I do.
But you can't help it, right?
Right.
So this has been around. You're George, clearly, but did you start this?
No, my dad did, 1968.
So was his name George too?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we just keep
down
the
in
name of the
Garfield,
family.
yeah.
Down in Garfield?
Yeah.
And so the location switched, but the same ingredients, I'm
everything is the
guessing.
same, yeah.
So what is a typical day like for you? Because I have a feeling it's pretty crazy.
It is. Fridays and Saturdays, it's standing room all the way outside to get in here.
And what's your day like in the back?
I got here a little after 2. First thing that goes on is the mix, because that takes the longest, which is raised dough. And then let it sit a little bit, proof up, block it, put it on the table, and then I do all my cake donuts.
So we're here, I'm checking the clock, we're here at 9:15. We got some kiddos behind us here who definitely, do you see how excited they get when they want these donuts? Are you guys excited to get a donut? Yeah, now they're quiet. Now they're quiet. Yeah, give me a high five. Yeah, okay, they're ready for donuts. We're here at 9:15. If you take a look at the shelves behind us, there's some here, but I mean, they're gone. You have to get here early.
Yeah. Sometimes we sell by 8:30 in the morning. It's just crazy.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
We shoot for our noontime, but
Now, what are the must-get donuts when people come here? What are the favorites?
the glaze.
The
I would say
glaze?
glaze.
Plain
is a
glaze,
big
that's
seller.
one of my favorites. But I had my eye on what's in that, but whatever is in the very bottom right
cinnamon,
corner.
right.
Cinnamon? Where'd Mike go? Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Could we steal one of those cinnamon donuts in the corners and about the Cinnabuns looking ones?
Glaze, right?
These, seriously, it's like heaven.
Yeah, well.
You walk into a place like this, look at how big this is. So I see you have it all measured out here. One donut costs $1.15. Because you get so busy, I'm sure people need to know in
Yeah, they
advance.
come in and they know.
So before they order, they know what their options are.
Yeah.
So what? Do you make cakes too?
Yes, we do.
So if you come here for a
You can order
breakfast
a cake,
treat,
and you can order a cake.
what else do you do?
This right here, everything you could eat on this cake except
Except the
the
feather
tail.
that's on the top.
But everything else, and the ribbon, everything else is all ice.
Now this looks
on
like
icing.
you come in here. This place is for you to come sit and eat.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a small staff that you have here? How big is this place when it comes to your staff?
Employees?
Yeah.
I have about 12.
12. Okay. And I'm sure there's a lot of love that goes into making these things every day.
Yeah, we try.
You try.
We try.
I got it. You know what? I got to
You have
try
tried
this.
that.
I have to try this. I'm not leaving without this whole thing. You know that. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Now I see why everybody comes and waits in a line, and at 9:15, you're practically sold out of donuts. Like I said before, a must stop. Come check this food out. Delicious donuts, cakes.
thank
Do you
you.
have it all?
Yes,
Great
we have it
breakfast.
all.
Are you open 7 days a week? How many days
No,
a week are you
we're
open?
closed on Sunday.
All right. The only day you can't come is Sundays.
Monday through Saturday.
Otherwise, check them out. We're right here in Twinsburg on which street?
Darrell Road, Route 91.
Route 91. Keep that in mind.
George's Donuts is perfect for you early birds. They open Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30 a.m. You'll find them on Darrow Road in Twinsburg. And if you're driving through Stowe, may we suggest the maple cream sticks at Stowe Donut and Diner? Check it out.
Anybody need coffee over here?
I like to cook, and everybody that comes in here becomes either my friend or part of my family, and it's just, you know, a way to sit back and relax. Either if you don't know anybody when you came in here, you'll know somebody after you sit down and start talking. I told my husband I want to open a restaurant, and at first he wasn't too happy because he said I had no experience in a restaurant. And I said, well, let me try. He goes, okay, let's open a donut shop called Stowe Donut and Diner. And I looked at him and said, that's the stupidest name ever. So he doesn't let me let that down. So everybody likes the name, and that's how it became.
You can go back there, bud.
The kids love it. They enjoy going to pick out their own donuts. And my servers just love the kids.
I have sprinkles. That's what I thought.
I can't get enough of them. I've seen my kids grow up, and they've been in kindergarten, and they come in here and they, you know, are high school graduates. That's what I like the best.
We're here to around today?
We have a lot of different kinds of donuts. We like to do fun things. I have a baker here that I give her full reign as far as whatever she wants.
All right, on the glazed, how many, sir?
On the weekends, we have Buckeye donuts filled with peanut butter filling. We have Whopper donuts, some more donuts, Samoas. So whatever she can think of to put on or in, she'll do. So it's kind of fun. My mom's English, so I learned everything from her. I remember spending the night over at my girlfriend's house, coming home and saying, somebody made sausage gravy and biscuits, Mom. Can you learn how to make them? And ever since then, that's been a big hit here, you know, my sausage gravy and biscuits. I make my own corned beef here. It takes about 5 hours to cook, but I think that's probably my favorite, you know, corned beef. So you'll find anything that your mom made for you. That's the best part. That's my seasoning. I put on all my potatoes, my French fries, whatever needs seasoning. I make it myself, and everybody's, you know, asks, well, what's the recipe? What's this? So I just started making it up and selling it. In the summertime, it's really nice because we have a nice breeze that comes through the patio.
I got it.
They like to bring their dogs for breakfast, so we don't, you know, shy away from having the dogs for breakfast. So it's really nice. It's down to earth, fun. It's not stuffy, you know, whatever. It's just a happy place, just like you're sitting at home eating.
Sir, would you like a little more coffee?
Stowe Donut and Diner is located on Graham Road in Stowe, and they're open 7 days a week. Coming up, we're not done with donuts yet. 2 more delightful donut shops right after the break. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland and our Delectable Donut Show. Her passion for donuts started in New York City, but thankfully she wound up in Rocky River. We're headed to City Girl Donuts.
My husband, Martin, owns Ariana Coffee, and every day I'm going into the coffee shop and there's no donuts. And because I lived in New York City for a long time, and I've traveled a lot, I am a crazy person for donuts.
Barbara and I got in contact with each other, and you know, after multiple conversations and things, we decided that it was a great idea to do this. And you know, donuts is one of those things where it's just fun.
Erica is my partner in the business, so we collaborate on everything. She's the master pastry chef. We pride ourselves on being a small batch made donut.
We make this dough fresh every day when we come in the mornings. Roll it out, cut it, proof it, and then we fry them to order. And then we have all of our separate cutters and we just go through. Then we put this in the proof box, which you'll see here already. We have some dough going. We have a batch of dough that we backed up that's going through its first proof process. And then once it goes through its second proof process, then we will transition into frying the donuts. They cook for about 1 minute to 1.5 minutes on each side until they're golden brown. Then we flip them, cook them for about another 1 minute to 1.5 minutes, and then we dry them and cool them. Once the donuts are dry and cool, we'll take them over here to the decorating tables where they will be glazed, stuffed, filled, and decorated.
We have your classic, which is your glaze, vanilla glaze, chocolate glaze, glaze with sprinkles. And then we have our custom. We have the everything, which is a take on the everything bagel with sweetened cream cheese. We have a banana cream pie donut, and we have a sweet potato pie donut with caramelized bacon bits, and it's just delicious. We have Long Johns because that's what I love. And we also have a cannoli filled donut, so we change it up often. But there's something for, we also have cake, because a lot of people just want the dunking cake donut.
Everybody has such a different taste and a different palate, and we're able to come up with ideas and bounce flavor profiles off of each other. And especially with, you know, everybody comes from a different background in this industry, and it's great to be able to do things that are sweet and savory, or savory and sweet, and it just, You know, the options are endless.
We knew we had something good, but we were not prepared for the lines out the door. And you know, like I said, because we're small batch and people were coming in buying a couple of dozen or 3 dozen, I'm like, you know, and being Sicilian, I'm like, not enough food, go get the food. So yeah, it's been really wonderful.
City Girl Donuts is located on Lake Road in Rocky River, and they're closed on Mondays. Okay, swap out flour for potatoes, and what do you get? Spud Nut Donuts.
The specialty about Spud Nuts is that we put potato flour in our mix. It does have wheat flour also though, but it has potato flour which gives it the special flavor. Two brothers came up with this recipe, adding potato flour to a donut mix to give it a significant flavor. And so the spuds comes from the potato and the nuts comes from donuts. Plus we make them here in the store 24 hours a day, so they're always fresh. They're not always hot, but they are fresh 24 hours a day. We opened in 1970 up on Menor Avenue and built this building in '74. A lot of people would say it's the apple fritters, but basically it's all of them. I mean, we have a large variety of different kinds. We make a large donut cake for birthdays and parties, and we've been getting a lot of orders for those lately. We have the apple fritters, cinnamon rolls, filled donuts, blueberry fritters, cherry chop sueys, glazed donuts. The sour cream people just go nuts over. They say they can't find them anywhere else. The cinnamon rolls are hand rolled. We make large ones and little ones. That is the one thing that we have both big and little because they're so popular. We sell over 400 dozen a day at least. That's probably the minimum. Well, I've been working here since I was 15. I like them all, and it depends on the day and my mood and but I usually eat one a day, if not more. I tell my customers come in every day and just get a different donut each day, and because there's not a bad one that we have. But it's just a family-friendly mom and pop shop, which is nice. We know everybody's names, and our regular coffee customers have their own coffee cup with their name on it that they use when they come in. Our regular customers usually, when they're walking in the door, their coffee's already made, their donuts are bagged, ready to go. When we're busy, it's nice because you have a line of people out the door, but half of them are regular customers and you know what they're getting, so you can be getting theirs along with everybody else. So they're in and out and on their way to work. I mean, we have people that come in 7 days a week. You can set your clocks by the time they come in. They're just in to hang out and talk and visit with friends. Just the dream I always had, and I just love my coffee shop, my donut shop.
We stopped by the Spud Nut Donuts on Route 615 in Mentor, and here's a bonus. They're open 24 hours a day. Hope you've had a great time joining us today. There are so many great donut shops in Northeast Ohio, and we've only just scratched the surface. So if you're looking for the full list of locations we've been to today, just log on to our website, fox8.com, and click on New Day Cleveland. For Natalie Herbeck, I'm David Moss, and guess what? We'll see you on the next New Day Cleveland.